first guest is a crisis management expert. He joins us today for a closer understanding on his work. We welcome Ty Farley to the show. Ty.
Thank you.
Welcome. High five. You got to jump when we do it. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right. How are you? How was your Father's Day?
It was good.
Good.
It was good. How about
Tell us about some. Mine was fantastic.
Perfect.
Thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about some of the things you do with your organization.
Well, we are an advanced crisis and reputation management firm based out in Midtown. And a lot of what we do is establish crises and help people prevent situations for politicians, celebrities, public figures, corporations, and such. One of the main things that we focus on is building crisis plans and emergency plans for businesses and corporations.
So you're here at BronxNet. So if you were to prepare a plan for BronxNet, how would that look?
Well, since a lot of things have been going on recently with like shootings and such and hostage situations, we want to make sure people are prepared for how to watch out for those things. So we would have the correct type of evacuation plan, what to do and if a crisis were to break out, and how to handle those situations in the media, on social media, because obviously when something happens, it definitely takes an attack there first.
I'm into finding out, what causes these problems, like getting down to the root of the situation. Are there any signs, telltale signs that somebody's going to act up or something's going to happen before it happens?
Well, I study behavior, so I study microexpressions, body language, and voice variation.
I like it.
So there are different concealed expressions that one might show, concealed scorn or concealed anger. That can kind of give you that indication, that anxiety that they're going to act or perform in a certain manner. So it takes a trained eye to see those particular things, but if it's summertime and someone's wearing a trench coat, then those are kind of indicators that,
But wait a minute, I was hosting a show and I saw a young lady get on stage with a fur coat.
Yeah, I would.
That was a telltale sign of something.
There are no real ways
and you
to
know
prepare.
her too.
I know her.
Everybody here knows her. I'm not going to bring her up though. I was just like, whoa, wait a minute, it's 90 degrees out here. But yes.
But we want people to understand that just even in the motion of such, that there's 75% of crises end on a positive note. There's a plan in motion. So we want people to be prepared, not to think that these types of things or issues can never happen to them. Even with Pulse in Orlando, we want people to think that, or not to walk around scared, but conscious and aware that anything could happen in any given situation.
Now, the person who created the tragedy out there in Orlando, Florida, he's had some background issues all along the way, and nobody said, hey, let's grab this guy and pull him aside and then, shake him up a little bit.
Yeah, when they found out that he wasn't tied to very strong connections to any type of terrorists, they kind of ruled him out as being a threat.
Yeah. I think he used that to, at the end with those phone calls, I belong to ISIS and all that stuff.
Right, and we want people to, if there were certain measures in place, we're not saying that no one would have lost their lives, but there could have been a situation where less lives were lost if a certain plan was in motion to prevent that.
So is each plan unique to a particular organization or a company?
Correct. I wouldn't write the same crisis plan for a restaurant that I would for accountants, an accountant firm. So they're all different depending on what type of situations could happen for them.
And even for your home.
Even for your home.
Yeah,
making sure that cameras are set in line, make sure you have the right type of training. We prepare people on hand-to-hand combat training sometimes, or even how to use a weapon if it gets to that point. But people should be prepared and know how to get out of a room, or how to barricade yourself, or how to protect yourselves. And then the orchestrators or the facilitators should know how to address the media in the situation like that taking place.
Do you believe in fighting fire with fire? For instance, going back to Orlando in the club Pulse, you have one guy shooting. Do you think there should have been a lot of fire coming back his way?
I believe that, like I said, as a plan is in motion, you are prepared for what should take place at that point in time. I do believe that there, just like when we're in an airplane, we have a marshal that's there. I believe that there should have been maybe someone in there that is prepared to engage when
Yeah,
necessary.
because how did he get through the front door?
Uh,
Did he have an overcoat on in the summertime with the AK-47, whatever that
well, there's ways to
assault
hide.
rifle was?
There's ways to hide those.
Wow.
I've seen them stuffed in people's pants and covered over their shirt, and they just walk with the cane to
Oh,
hide
you got a limp.
the
Okay, I
hide the
got you.
limb. So there are a lot of different things that
Wow,
can
wow.
be taken.
So how long have you been working with this organization?
Well, I'm the managing partner, so it's been over 10 and a half years we've been in business.
Any success stories?
We have a lot of success stories.
Give me one.
One success story, because we also help different lawyers with their lawsuits to make sure that they win. So we have a nice, strong track record of
gotcha. Okay.
getting some clients out. Most of the stuff, unfortunately, we can't really talk about as far as client-wise, but we do take a lot of different cases, and we make sure we win them.
Why is it so important? Because a lot of people don't think about it, and then when something happens, you just freak out. Why is it so important to have a crisis plan in line or in place?
Because we don't know what would happen, and we don't know what can happen. So I was speaking to another reporter, and I said, well, what happened? You know, obviously, you're notable, and people recognize you, and you might have stalker situations, and it's always best to know.
That's my next book, but go ahead.
There you go. Well, you want to know how to, you want to know what to do. And I think that's the best thing. Like I said before in the statistic, 75% of those crises end on a positive note, just because someone knew not to walk that direction, or they knew how to defend themselves, or they knew what to say when they were addressed with the manner. It's just having a plan in motion.
What do you want the public to know that I didn't ask you?
I want them to know that there are options. There are methods used in order to make these plans and set these plans, and we're the company that's able to do it.
There you go. Give him a big hand, everybody. Ty Farley, managing partner, B. Clark Farley and Associates, advanced crisis management expert.
There we go.
Come up with a plan. Got to have a plan for the band.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I've got to take a quick break right here, but up next, we'll take a look at a Pride event for the whole family to enjoy. Stay tuned.